All right, welcome to the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. I'm your man, Big Jack. This is where we prove we're stronger together, that if each one will reach one, we can all grow and glow. And we know that this is the last Wednesday of the month. So that means it's the battle of the sexes. I have on my jersey or my referee jersey. So I am stepping aside. I got a wonderful panel, but I want to throw this thing out there at you right now. Have you ever been in a situation? Have you ever even thought about a situation where the partner you was with, the person that you was committed to before marriage or even during marriage, stepped out, actually went and had a relationship or relations with someone else outside of your relationship? Have you ever been in that situation? And if you ever been in that situation, how did you get out of that situation? Those are things we got to think about. Why? Because we got an email that came in from a person who's really looking for answers, and we're going to put that in front of the panel. So I'm going to ask you all to just stay tuned as I get my panel up on the stage, and we're going to kick off this show. So wait 1 second because things ain't going. So let me get it going, and we're going to get it going. So thank you again for everybody that's out there, everybody that's tuning in, and let's get ready for the battle of the sexes. Am I missing anybody? Let me see. I got Walt. I got I think I got everybody. All right, I got you all. All right. I got everybody? Yeah, that's it. That's all of them. All right. Hello. How y'all doing today? How you doing? How you doing?
Great.
Hey, everyone.
Hello,
Can you hear me okay, Jack?
Walt showed up. Loud and clear, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. Let me move some people around real quick. So if y'all don't mind, give me 1 second. Boom. All right, and that's about right. That looks good right there. I can work with that. So this is the battle of the sexes. It's the last Wednesday. This is the last battle of the sexes of the year. So for those who didn't know, this is the last one we're going to do for the year. So let's make it a good one. We're going to be friendly, but at the same time, I want real discussion. I want y'all to break it down like you would break it down to, as my man say all the time, Walt talk. If you were talking to your kid, what would you tell them? So if you were talking to your kid, what would you tell them? So I think, Walt, you're breaking up just a little bit over there. You're getting it straight. I got you.
I come in peace. I see I'm the turkey today, so I got it. No problem.
I can pull that down. I can pull that. Matter of fact,
No, man. You did what you did. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine.
No,
I
you talked
understand.
about it now. I got to move you now. I'll be the turkey.
No, man. I kind of like being the underdog, man.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
hey,
good.
everyone.
Look.
Hey.
So we got Storm up in the corner. Mama Lines is in the house. Boss B's in the house. Doug Rome and Walt Talks, a.k.a. Don't Hit the Red Button, is in the house. So let me tell y'all something real quick. We are live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch. We're live on LinkedIn. I mean, we're live all over the place right now. So, and this is a live or a real email that came in with a real situation. And what blew my mind about it is how it started. So when I read this to y'all, bear with me because I got to read the email. So I'm going to try to pull it down so I can see it closer to me. So give me a second. I don't want to be looking up in the sky, but I guess I'm going to have to do that. But because I can't get it where I want it. But anyway, see, Boss B is much better at this than me. But if y'all ready for the letter, we're going to read the letter. And as we read the letter, I want you all to, like I say, let it soak in. And then it's not even about men and women and this and that. I mean, and I'm not going to call you out by name. Whoever got a response, but let's keep the responses to a limit. We don't want to go the whole show with one person. Everybody got their own opinion, but I think this is a doozy. So let me get it for you. So it says, hello, panel. My name is Ariana. It's Ariana, and I am 23 years old. I've been married for a little over 1 year now, and I never imagined I would be writing something like this, but I really need help before I lose everything. Before my husband and I got married, I made a mistake. I've been ashamed of it ever since. A guy I used to mess with, reached out to me during a really rough period of my relationship. I was lonely, confused, and honestly not thinking straight, and I cheated. It was physical one time and emotionally no way longer than it should have been. I ended it before my husband and I got married because I knew he was the one, the truly one I wanted to be with in the future. I never told him because I was terrified it would ruin everything before we even began. I convinced myself that keeping it buried was protecting the relationship. But but here's the part that blew up everything. A few weeks ago, the guy I cheated with messaged me out of nowhere, saying he missed me, asking me if I was happy, even bringing up things from the past that should have stayed in the past. I ignored him. I blocked him. I even tried to pretend it didn't shake me. But my husband ended up seeing the notification before I blocked the guy. He asked me who he was, and that when everything spiraled. He kept pressing me, and I finally told him the truth. Let me told him the truth. Let me get this one up on so my man's here. Give me a second. Any one of y'all could have did that, but thank you.
Oh, you didn't have to change your shirt.
So we can be up on the stage. What's up, Brandon? How you doing? Let me finish this letter real quick though. But thanks for being here. All right. So you say, let me say, he kept pressing me, and I finally told him the truth, not just about the messes, but the fact that I cheated before we got married. He shut down. No yelling, no arguing, just deep hurt. I've never seen, let's see, I've never seen on his face before, or heard I've never seen on his face before. He told me he felt like the entire marriage started on a lie, that he feels stupid for thinking I was different, that maybe he never really knew who I was. And now he's sleeping on the couch. He barely talks to me unless it's necessary. And when he looks at me, it's like he's looking through me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to fix something I broke before it even had a chance to grow. I'm writing the panel because I need real, honest voices from men and women to tell me, can a marriage survive a mistake that happened before the vows? How do I rebuild trust when he feels I robbed him of the choices uh, to know the truth? What does accountability look like now? How just emotionally or practically? And how do I prove to him that the woman I am today is not the same that made the mistake? And he says, I love my husband. I want my marriage. I want my home back. I want us back. So please help me, Ariana. Did everybody get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Got it.
So, all right. So we all got it. All right. So um, that is the story. For those who are just coming in, different throwback. Those who don't know my man down there, that's my man. He is my barber. So when y'all see me all nice and fresh, that's who did it. If it's nice, if it's not nice and fresh, he didn't do it. So anyway, but welcome B. Welcome B. So
What's up,
we
Big
all
Jack?
know we got the story. Any one of y'all have a comment for Ariana and her situation? And any one of y'all can speak. Who is it? Who's gonna go first? Wow, come on now.
All right. All right. All right. All right. I got you. Look, you need to just back off and let him have some room, some space to process all that. I can't stress enough how men need time to process things. I mean, I think I've even said it on my show quite a bit this last week or so. All that at once on him, of course he's going to be quiet. He's trying to process it. And that's a lot to process. That's a lot of hard stuff to process all at once. Because it's not just the act. It was the act right before they got married. It was, the dishonesty right there. The omission, basically. he should have. He might should have told her, just give me time. But being quiet, that's kind of a typical reaction, isn't it?
I know we got a whole panel of superstars up here. Come on now.
Let hear it. Let hear it.
I see Sharon. I see you up there. What you got, Storm?
Okay, so, and I'm going to speak from experience. Some years ago, I was engaged, and my significant other found out that he had stepped out on me. Now, with society, women are more forgiving than men are because we're on a different level. Okay, yeah, a man can cheat where a woman can forgive him, but if a woman cheat, man, it hurts a man to his core. So I would say if he really loves you, that's something that he's going to have to work through and process. Unfortunately, you can't take it back. Unfortunately, things may not be the same, but it's something, if you guys love each other, then it's something you're going to have to work through. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. So you have to grant some grace because it may be a time he may fall off and he's going to need that forgiveness. So
there you go.
I didn't get married when I found out mine stepped out on me. We kind of postponed it, but then he kept doing it over and over. I'm like, look, you're not going to send me to jail because you're doing this too many times. So I called it off.
So that's a good point that you make, Storm, because I want to know, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm feeling like my brother Walt. I need more context. Yes, because there's a lot to unpack there for sure, but time frame, how much time, what has her character been like since they've been married? What type of wife has she been? I think that, yeah, we can all look back and say she should have, maybe she should have told him, but what she feared, what's that saying? The thing I fear the most has come upon me. I think it would have happened then, and maybe he wouldn't have married her. I don't know. But I do believe that maturity and character and all those things have to come into play. If she's been a good wife, if she's done what she needed to do and he's happy in the present, absent that information that he didn't need to know, from my perspective, if it's going to hurt you, then you don't necessarily need to know it. If she's been that person that he desires and their relationship is great, then that has to be considered. And like B said, he needs some time to think about that. That's my opinion. But now if she continuing to do certain things, that's a whole different, get down. That means, yeah, no, she's not the right one.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, B.
Hey, I came in a little late. So like,
you heard,
was it on some like basket? It wasn't like, I'm sorry but was it like she cheated like on some bachelorette party type situation? Like she had found out late. Like what's going on?
She cheated.
She was the one who cheated.
She cheated before marriage.
Right.
But she said, he didn't know. He didn't know.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
He didn't know.
From what I thought,
until the guy who she cheated with emailed her or messaged her asking, talking about out of nowhere saying he missed her. That if she was happy and then bringing up old things. So yeah.
Right. And she's 23. She's 23 years old.
So we've heard from the ladies, and I don't want to take away because they had good points. And I see the men down there because this is why I said it flipped, because normally it's the man who's writing type of letters and you're hearing this story, and now there's a female writing this letter, and I'm like, oh yeah, this got to go to the part of sex because I want to know. So
for her well-being, if she's being honest about everything, and she had that burden that she was weighing upon her for that over a year or so, I'm glad that it finally came out. Right. So now it's out in the open and they can move forward day by day if it's necessary, give him the time that's necessary. Third of all, she shouldn't have been friends with that guy still on Facebook or whatever social media outlet they were on, because we're going to cast that reel and try to reel in some things from time to time and make some propositions or little niceties that are out there. So she shouldn't have been in that situation afterwards. For two wrongs not making a right. So like everyone said so far, give him the time, let him know that it's something that has been weighing on your mind. You're sad that it happened, you made that mistake, but it's something that you're going to have to live with, both of you are going to have to live with until y'all can mend that fence, hopefully.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Walt, you got anything? I got the Jersey, so I can't
Okay,
comment.
so this was a guy that she used to date before she got married. This wasn't some strange guy, some one night stand. This was a guy she met. Sharon, I'm gonna go left to right. Sharon, to your point, women can forgive, and men have a problem with forgiving. But you forgot one valid point. And I'm not making any excuses for men, but I think we can agree. And ladies, please, if not, let me have it. I'm all ready for it. The one part you failed to mention is that a woman doesn't just, a man might cheat because he got an opportunity, he got a quick spot, whatever, I don't know. But a man usually doesn't forgive a woman because usually when a woman cheats, she is emotionally attached.
Sure.
She didn't just wake up. She has been in her brain trying to check that box, whether she wants to admit it or not, for a long time. So Jack, I don't know if they have any kids or not, but she knew it. Oh, and then the other part is, well, now she's a good wife. Of course, because once I get locked up and I'm on parole, I'm gonna be a good guy too. Yeah, I don't want to go back to jail. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So that's kind of self-serving, and I just think that she knew what she was doing. That's my opinion. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because and then she doesn't get to tell him how to respond to it. Oh, he needs some time. I'll give him some time. He's on the sofa. I said I was sorry. If it had been within a year, it would have been an annulment. I don't know which state they're in, but I would have been done. Because again, I had you all wrong. Because if you are trying to marry, if I'm going to, as a man, if a man is marrying you, clearly he has this vision of who you are in your head. And once he finds out, especially after that period, before you even get married, that it was that period of time, it was a short period of time, and then she wanted to hide it. And you say relieved, Doug. I think she's more relieved than anybody, because deep down, it's almost like the truth is out now, and now she probably feels better than he does, because now she doesn't have to live with the guilt and the shame. So that's just my opinion. I think, one, if you have a conversation with her, back to Davina and Mama Lions, there's more context. I bet you there's more to the front side of this story than what she told us. I guarantee you. And the thing is, if she really wanted to have peace, and if she really wanted to get a clean start, she would have said it from the beginning. And she didn't, because she knew. So once she got caught, or once, things start falling apart, because maybe she's not good at cheating, which is a good thing, but still, you don't get a gold star for doing what you're supposed to do, because now you're a good wife. So I don't know what the answer is. Maybe they need to go to some counseling. I guarantee you there's more to it. I bet you my life there's more to it. That's my 2 cents.
Because to the context part, like everybody's situation is different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got some men and / women, but if you're a man and you accept her back, sometimes you be considered a simp or whatever the case may be. And some men don't consider it a simp. They like, man, I love this woman. Say, you know what I'm saying? So I think everything is different too in that type of way. Like you said, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes too. So I don't know. She could tell you her side, but
See,
we really don't know these people.
I'm not even worried about what men think, if I'm a simp or not. She tested him in that moment, and he failed miserably. Because let's be clear, women test men all the time. They want to see how you're going to react, how you're going to respond. That was the ultimate test, no doubt about it. But and Doug, you laughing because you know I'm telling the truth. And she just, hey man, I'm telling you, oh, I'm just 23. I don't know any better. I didn't know what I was doing, bro. Then let's wait till you
But
get
here,
mature to get married. Talk to me,
All
Sharon.
right, go ahead, Sharon.
what you
Talk to me,
said,
Sharon.
like
Mhm.
women, when we cheat, it's for emotional reasons. Now, this
Right.
man, her husband, had to have done something or wasn't doing something in order for her to feel like she had to step out to get that emotional connection with somebody else. So I think both of them played a part in this. Both, I mean, women now, 95%, 85%, most
It
women
takes two.
don't step out just to step out. They step out for a reason. Now, men, on the other hand, y'all step out because y'all can do it. But I mean, the husband has to take some part in this too.
But wait a minute.
So-
She said in the letter, she clearly stated, lonely, confused, not thinking straight. She said
Then-
that. So
Yeah.
so
But
why
did
is
she
she
say-
lonely, confused, and not thinking straight just before getting married?
You know, she
Maybe
said,
she's torn.
she
No.
said during a rough period in there in my old relationship. Let me see. Yeah, so she said I was lonely, confused, and honestly not thinking straight. So I don't know what part of this was before the marriage, but
It
whatever
was a rough patch. They
it
had
was
a rough patch.
right?
So does
So-
he not own any part of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna own it all. I own it all. It's my
Not
fault
you,
that you're
Walt, the
lonely.
man. Not
I'm-
you.
No. It's my fault as the man.
Why
I'm
did
giving
you
you. So no. So let's get it back. Let's get it back because I love the way y'all covering for this woman. Y'all sure stick together.
Wait a minute.
It's a lonely, rough. Hold on, listen to me. Hear me go. There's a lonely. Listen to me. There's a lonely, rough patch prior to her getting married. Okay. So if you need more time, let's take more time to get married. Oh no, because she knew that it was going to be a deal breaker. See, that's the part I have a problem with. So let's just say he was a terrible guy. Let's just say he was a terrible guy. Unless he put a gun to her head and made her marry her, which we know she didn't. He didn't. Then she's grown. She had every opportunity to just say, I can't do this right now. And then they could figure that out. But they didn't. So, and then they, like to sit here and throw it on him like, well, what did he do? I'm like, okay, so let's just say he was all of what he said was her fault, was his fault. Okay, so all she had to do was not do it, not get married. But why did she get married? You know why she got married? Because she was looking for that security. She figured she could check that box and get it over with and be out the way. If we're gonna really be accountable. Am I wrong? Am I right or wrong?
wrong.
Because clearly, okay. So
Oh,
clearly,
Walt, you went too far.
Let me ask you this.
That's nothing unusual.
Okay, flag on the plate. So let me ask you this. If that's the case,
I'm with you, Walt.
if that's the case, just answer this question for me. If that's the case, there can only be one of two things. She was emotionally attached to this guy and didn't come clean about it to herself or to him, or she's just a horrible person.
Oh, wow.
In either case, he was wrong about her. Think of what other case could it be? So so if she wasn't emotionally attached to this guy, that means she just sleeps around with anybody? Are you telling me that?
What the heck he was doing while they were having this rough patch? Because he apparently wasn't making her happy.
The funny part, she never said. The funny part is she never said. She said she was confused, she was lonely, but she never said that he didn't make me feel that word y'all love to use this way or that way. And all I'm saying is she took away his choice.
Wait, time out. Nobody can
Talk to me.
make you feel anything first.
Right.
We know
Right?
people. So if she was lonely, okay, so she was lonely
You choose to
and
feel
confused.
that way.
So if she was lonely and confused, based on what you just said, B, that means that she needs to figure that out why she's lonely and
But
confused.
why
And she
was
needs
she
to fix
lonely
that.
and confused if she was
It doesn't
with him?
matter.
Apparently
But
he
if she
made
was
her
lonely
and confused.
If she was lonely and confused, all she had to do was not get married. See how simple that is?
How
Well, but
long
that's the
ago
same for
did
him, is it not? Or is he just not into details enough that he's got
Well-
nothing to say about it and didn't have a rough patch?
Well,
She,
again,
but she said it.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Time out. Wait a minute.
Go
Sharon,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
We need more information. One, we need to find out how long did the affair happen prior to them getting married.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay.
it could have
That's what I
been
said.
some
Yep.
time there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
And
better.
So,
that is a good
Love you,
point.
Walt.
How long between
Hey,
the rough patch and then
Right.
the patch is not rough anymore?
Yeah.
But I do know this, and I'm on the referee, so I had to go and talk to the people in New York, and we had to run the tapes back and look at the replay. But with all that being said, I'm looking at what this guy did. We're talking about the outside guy. He sent her a message. Like I say, a few weeks ago, the guy I cheated with messaged me out of nowhere saying he missed me, asking me if I was happy, and bringing up things from the past that should have stayed in the past. Okay, so that's a game that a lot of guys play, 100%.
Yep.
You know, are you married? Yeah, I'm married. But are you happy?
Man.
But here's the other side. Well, wait a minute. Here's the other side. I'm throwing it out there. Too many times, women, and I'm saying that more women than men, you tell stuff that should have stayed between you and your relationship. So he wouldn't have known if you was unhappy and lonely and
say
all
it
this
again.
other stuff.
Say it again.
But you took that mess and put it out there for him to
Agreed.
use.
Say it again.
I'm gonna agree with that.
That
Yeah.
part.
So is that a game that's
Yeah,
being
I'm
played?
definitely
both ways
agreeing
or
with
not?
that. Yeah.
Hey man.
Yep. You just earned that
If it was
shirt,
my
man.
son,
So, but
if it was my son, if it was my son, if it was me, man, run for your life. Because
my
here's the
thing
thing.
is,
If you
but like even going back to like him sleeping on the couch and treating her funny and all this other stuff. To that point, I do say if he chooses to stay in the house and still be with that lady, then he can't be acting like that either. Like he can't be on some shit on some stuff where he looking at her funny and all this big wild. It's like, hold on, are you going to stay married to this lady? Because if that's the case, then you got to find a way to kind of be more. I don't know how to phrase it, but different than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. That's why I brought up the word maturity, because to me, there's a level of maturity that comes with like this. You know, sit down, talk it out. But again, you know, at my stage in life, when I see 23, I'm like, you got about 4 or 5 more relationships in you anyway. So
You said 23. I was kind of like, man, I don't know. They might not be together. They might not be together tomorrow for real.
This isn't the one. This isn't the one, but it's okay. You know,
Oh,
I say girlfriend roll with it and see what happened, and just know for the next one what not to do. But this isn't the. I'm okay.
So I got a question for y'all. I'm gonna put this out here. So does the truth really set you free? So my thing
it
is,
set her
depends
free.
on what free
There you
is.
go. There you go, Walt. There you go, Walt.
yeah.
Man, let's be clear about this. It set her free. It showed her free. And I think that was a selfish act right there.
Yep.
I think that was a selfish act right there because the truth set her free. Because she couldn't live with the guilt and the shame.
She didn't confess. She got busted.
Well, okay, so let's go with this. Since we're talking about context. And there's no way to prove this. But I'm willing to bet you if you checked her social media. Yeah, that part. Yeah, everybody's laughing now. Look at Sharon, look at Mama, look at you. Just all
wait a
on
minute,
your
we're
face.
leaning in on this one. We leaning in. Go ahead.
If you checked her social media,
That's right.
I'm willing to bet you she was checking on him. She may not have been responding, but I guarantee you she may not have been in his DMs, and maybe she was. But I guarantee you it didn't just happen out of the blue. That's the biggest crocker, you know what? And I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. So let me ask you this: do any of you ladies have sons?
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Yes.
Is this the advice you would give your son? And if it's not the advice you would give your son, you don't want the truth. You want to experience that privilege that you guys are getting, and not being accountable. So if this is not the advice you would give your son, it's not the right advice. Is this the advice you would give your son? There we go.
Well, no, because I think
In the
about what my
conversation.
son would do
Advice am I
with
giving you
women,
all?
or what my son would do. I mean, advice. Oh my God.
I mean, if we can't tell them what to do, It's what's in their heart. They have to live with that. They have to live with the decision that they made. And nobody is perfect. Everybody's gonna make a mistake.
I want to know whose son asked their mother for advice.
Now, mine does. He does.
No, a lot of stuff.
My son does.
I got two, and they don't want to.
I'm that mama. They always come to me.
What you want out of life, and not necessarily what we as a parent want. If he loves this woman, then he's going to have to work through it and forgive her. Because again, at some point, you're going to need to be granted grace, because you never know, you may slip and fall. and need that forgiveness.
And I'm gonna pause real quick. That came up. Nisi Jackson in the chat said, and I'm putting it up there. He probably messing around, and that's why he acted like he acting now. So there. So
Lord. So we don't know that. That's all.
That's what I was trying to get out there.
Okay. So let's say that. So let's say everything is true. She still had a choice whether she wanted to marry him. And the part that's blowing my mind right now is that you talking about a double standard. And I'm not even gonna say I'm ashamed of y'all, but I cannot believe that y'all are you listening to yourselves and sitting here trying to, and Storm is laughing because she knows where I'm going. Well, who, me, what? So let's just say he did it, but she didn't say that. So let's stick to the facts. If we're gonna stick to the facts, let's stick to the facts.
You're right. I'm one of those guys too.
They
didn't say that. It was everything. Yeah, because speculation can go forever.
She had the opportunity to say that, well, I thought maybe possibly he could have.
Yeah, because she would have took. I don't think she would have reserved her fact to trash him if that was the case. She wouldn't reserve that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There you go. See, so and then to say, oh well, he's sleeping on the couch. He's got a guilty conscience. Okay, no, he's sleeping on the couch because this is what this is the difference right here. This man has signed up to provide and protect. That's what he signed up for. That's what he signed up for. He doesn't get to walk away. If he walks away from that 5 years from now, he's going to pay out the nose. If he don't have any kids, hey man, just get out while you can, because I'm telling you, I promise you, she's still not telling you the whole story. I will bet my life on that. She is still not, because people don't lie with the big lie. Most people lie by omitting a material fact. She has omitted material facts. I guarantee you. And I bet you if you talk to Sport Coat, who was the other guy, I bet you if you would have talked to him, let's be clear about this. 3 women on the panel. 3 women on the panel. Hey, look, I've known all 3 of you almost about the same time, with the exception of Mama Lyons. Hey, look, if I came and started hitting on you, you control that. You're not going to open the door for me to come hit on you, because you know my story, you know my situation, and you know you probably will kill me in my sleep anyway. But I'm just saying, yeah. But think about it. So I mean, like, she don't take no responsibility. It's like if I'm walking down the street with a woman, if I'm walking down the street with any of you women, and the guy says something sideways, okay. The energy you give when you sitting there kikiing and cutting your eyes and keep looking and he catch you looking, that's on you. That's on you. So she has control over that. She opened the door for this guy, and she didn't say she was assaulted. She didn't say he forced himself on her. You know, she allowed herself to be in the same place at the same time. So at what point? So let's just say her fiance was a terrible guy. Let's say he's working out there to pay for this $25,000. I'm probably out of touch. $25,000 wedding. So let's say he wasn't giving her the attention she needed. Then don't get married, or go to counseling before you get married. But to sit here and say, well, she wasn't happy, her feelings, she didn't feel it, so she gets to just do that. That's the answer? Is that what you would tell?
No,
that's what you want to happen to your son?
Okay, so the damage is done. You can't erase what has happened. They have to work through that, and I'm not picking sides, but everybody played a part in this.
And hold up, Walt. Go ahead. Yeah, I got you. Hold up. Now, I got a question here, though. If it's before we got married, does that count? Because you're not married. Wait a minute. You're not married. So I'm asking. I got a panel right here. You're not married. So is it from the day that we say I do that everything is official? Or is it when does the relationship start that you can say it's not that we did it while I was married. I did it before we was married and then we got married. So where's the cutoff? Where's the cutoff?
Big Jack, I think your question is a very good question, but I think the issue here more is about, especially listening to Walt talk, is about character, and character is what you do when no one's looking. So for Walt, honestly, I think the issue is her character's blown. So whether it's before marriage or after marriage, it's a done deal, because to him, her character is flawed. And therefore, now you've married someone, you didn't marry the person you thought you married. I think we can say yes or no on the before marriage question, but the question is, are you still the same person after marriage as you were before marriage? And that's about your character. I want to know, is there a difference? What did she learn from this situation? And if she's listening, can you honestly say you are a different person and you really did make a one-time mistake? Or were you so easily opened up to this other person that you did what you did? And, you said, hey, I blocked him. I ignored and blocked him, but somehow he mysteriously got through later. So again, I need more context, but isn't this really about her character, not necessarily about before marriage or after? That's my 2 cents on that.
Is it safe to say once a cheater is always a cheater, and a person can't?
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say that. As a man, he has to take responsibility for one thing. Maybe she presented these things, her character presented these things, but her cover hadn't been blown because maybe he did not want to see these things. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, Mama Lions, since we're having this conversation, guess what she could have done before she went and met him? She could have blocked him then, but she didn't. So what you're saying is he ran into her, they went and did their thing. I bet you my life that wasn't the first and only time. I'll bet you my life. And man, if you ask her to rewrite, if she's going to be honest enough about it, I'll bet you. And I'll bet you. There's no way, because if she's a decent woman, so it's even one of two things. She's a terrible woman and sleeps with strange men, or
she's 23. 23. She's not even a woman yet.
It wasn't a stranger. It was somebody that she knew.
So let's flip the script. So let's
flip
weak
the moment, Walt.
Okay, so let's flip the script.
Doug's gotta say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking that too.
Walt's gonna get all of y'all hit with a straight. So
no. I was thinking that too.
Man, I was eating my dinner. Minding my business when you called me, man.
Aww.
I probably would have been in the chat right now.
Jump in, Doug.
Please. I think I definitely.
Doug. Okay, here we go. Doug, jump in, man, please. Doug knows I'm telling the truth.
As he said, it definitely takes two to tango, right? And she controlled things from the get-go, so again, I think that she wanted to get caught eventually down the road. That's why she left the avenues open.
Thank you. She didn't close the door.
He found out, as opposed to her telling him outright.
And it just happened. I don't know how it happened, because you set the table for it to happen. Okay, I would have felt better if you said she'd gone to the bachelorette party and somebody had video her.
Walk. Let's let Doug finish, man. Let him finish.
We're all on Big Hammers. Yeah, I'm behind. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm.
Go ahead, Doug.
No, I mean, it's just, there was even a point with my own wife, probably about 10 years ago, because people would say, oh, that was a former girlfriend, or something like that. So she said to me, I want you to delete all your former girlfriends from your Facebook and all these other things. And I was like, well, we were just holding hands. We didn't even do any of that crazy stuff. But out of respect for her, I went ahead and did all that and deleted it. And people were probably like, why did Doug block me or whatever it was? But it was just something I felt I had to do for our relationship to have that trust or whatever it may have been. But again, she was controlling that scenario from before they were married, and she had an opportunity to tell him if that was something that really was on her heart about their relationship.
Yeah, I mean, she said it. No, she said it in her letter that he feels like the whole relationship was a lie. He told me he felt like our entire marriage started on a lie. So that's the thing. That's why I'm more asked the question of, we're not married, but now you're saying something I did before we were married is now coming against me. So I understand, and that's what I'm saying. When is it? I understand. So you're a committed relationship. Okay, so me and you dating for a year, but we're not married. So when does the committed part start? In that year time, or is it once you're married, or when does it start? Because this is done before she was married. So this is, he's saying the whole marriage is a lie. Now I haven't, because we're going off the facts, and we're only going off of what we got in the letter. So maybe she hasn't done anything since they got married, but this has happened before we were married, when we were going through and had a rough patch. So you telling me in your relationship you never had a rough patch? And so I don't know. I'm asking.
So is it the whole relationship that's a lie, or is it the whole marriage that's a lie?
He said the whole marriage. He said the marriage. He told me he felt like our entire marriage started on a lie.
It started on a lie.
He feels stupid for thinking that she was different. So and now here's the thing: had he been hurt before, and that's why he's like, "Oh crap, here we go again." Because we said he thought that she was different. So different from what?
I need to know how old he is too, by the way. But anyway,
can I? Okay, does it? Okay, can I ask you this though?
Yeah, go ahead.
To your homogeneous logic, there, Jack. Using your logic, then why didn't she just tell him she was going to sleep with the guy before she got married? Because she knew he wouldn't marry her. If it doesn't matter, then just tell him you got to. Hey, look, look. I got a few boxes to check before we get married, and you need to go out and sow some wild oats too. So why didn't? But she didn't, because she knew it's not about. Oh, since we've been married, before we got married, she presented herself to be somebody that she's not. That's all that happened. It happens every day. And the thing is, I'm telling you right now, I bet you my life, and I've been down this road before, not in marriage, but in relationships, just like with women. You're more offended by the lie and the cover up than the act. Hey, look.
Okay.
Follow me on Facebook for more. I mean, come on, man.
I think if the roles were reversed, I think you guys said this earlier, you alluded to it. If the role was reversed, women forgive a lot sooner. So we would either get over it, move on, which happens more often than not. And as I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about if it happened to me, because it has, happened to me. We just do things. You guys are quick to just cut it. But we will process, and I think if we are like that as women, we probably sometimes hope or wish that men would be like that, would be understanding and move forward. He has a choice. He can make the choice to say, a mistake was made before we got married. She was afraid. Why can't we be logical about the fact that she was afraid to tell him because she didn't want to lose him? She realized she did want to be with him. Why can't it just be that simple? Why does it have espionage?
Because you said she wasn't happy. And if you're going to go with that story.
In the rough patch, Walt.
In the rough patch. And if you're going to go with that story, then you have to at least acknowledge the fact, like Storm said, like I reiterated, well, she didn't say, I said, and then she reiterated, that women cheat and men cheat for different reasons. We did agree on that, correct? So, like I know, I'm not condoning cheating by anybody. Trust me, things happen to in every relationship. I get that. All I'm saying to you is let's not just make her the victim here. She had a choice, her body, her choice. Am I right or wrong? either she's a horrible person, or there were a lot of things that took place prior to her sleeping with this guy. Which one is it? And if there's a lot of things that took place before she slept with the guy, which I understand, we all human. She's 23, she's young, she got caught up in her emotions, and I bet you he had all the inside information. He was that comforting ear. He don't do this and he don't do that.
So quick to throw
you don't
her
have-
to the street.
Yeah.
We can't say she's a horrible person. We can't
No.
say that. She was-
I didn't say she was. I said it has to be one or the other.
To even build his character.
Okay, no. I said it has to be either. I said it has to be she's a horrible person, and let me go with I don't think she is, or the things lined up prior to her sleeping with him, which means she was aware of what she was doing. It has to be one of the two. Is there a third option? She's just a horrible person that just slept with a stranger? No. She knew the guy. She had a certain amount of feelings with the guy. She had a certain amount of contact with the guy. She baked the cake, and this is what happened. This was the result of it.
Okay, so
It
what
has
is
to be
it
one of the two.
when the man cheat? He baked the cake and it got burnt. I mean, you.
That's a different letter. That's a different letter. Can we stick to the facts, please?
The facts are not that she's a horrible person, Walt.
No, you see, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. So you're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself. No, let me tell you why. I never said she was a horrible person.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Everybody, wait a minute. So just to catch everybody up, and I know we talked about this before. So if you're just coming in, we thank you for coming into the Battle of the Sexes. What we got here is a email from a 23-year-old female who's been married for a little bit over a year, but prior to their marriage, she slept with another person, and that other person reached back out to her since they've been married and basically stirred the pot up. So now her husband, we don't know how old he is upset with his wife to the point that he's sleeping on the couch, not talking to her, only when he have to, and looking right through her when they're in the house, and she is calling for help. So Tiffany, I know you're just coming in trying to figure out what's going on and seeing the back and forth, and we're trying to help her, but I don't know if we're helping her because we're all over the place.
Walt keep throwing her to the streets.
Well, no,
I'm not. No, I'm not. I promise you I'm not. See, you're missing the point.
I'm still trying to. So now you know, Tiffany, now you know what we know. We had some good comments in there. So if you got an idea of how we can help this and help the panel, please put your comments in the or put your answers or comments in the comment section so that we can put them up on the screen. But I will go back to it. Now, this is why I keep throwing this out here, because prior to getting married, my wife was not the first person I had ever been with in my life. So that's fact. She wasn't the first person. Now, my thing is, is it when you get engaged that is like the lockdown period, or is it when we say? I'm asking. I'm trying to figure out because
The
it's
moment
you
you
keep
declare
asking
you're together.
The moment Jack, come on, man. Are you just being contrarian here? Let's be okay. So Jack,
you see my shirt?
Jack, I see. Okay, so here's
exactly so
do your job. So do your job, Jack.
All right.
Did I or did I not say? And please correct me if I'm wrong. One of two things had happened. We know she wasn't assaulted because she didn't say she was assaulted. Based on the letter, she wasn't assaulted.
She didn't say she was assaulted.
So either she willfully engaged and she planned for this event to happen, or either just on a whim, she just went and slept with this guy. It has to be one of two. Am I right or wrong?
I'm gonna let the ladies that talk on this one because of the fact that I'm looking at where it's saying, Walt fell off. He'll come back. But we're looking at the fact that, and where I'm trying to go with this one is because of the fact that the rough patch, and that's why I keep asking. Because if you're going through a rough patch, you're still developing your relationship. It's not like you were already married, and even in marriage, you can go through a rough patch. But my whole thing is the commitment might not have been there. That the engagement could have came after the rough patch. Those are the things I'm trying to say. I don't know where they were in the rough patch, And sometimes they could have been dating since high school, and now they're 23, and then they're rough
Right.
patch. I
There's
don't
not
know.
enough.
We don't have enough, and we said that we don't have enough detail to dissect everything, because this is not how they send. They send in an email. But with all that being said, is I know how I feel about it. I miss more. Where is the 100% commitment? Is it I'm committed from the time you take me on the first date, or is it the first time you meet my parents? I mean, when is it? Where's the commitment? And once you put a ring on the finger, I mean, where is it to the point that everything I've done prior to marriage will be held against me in a court of law prior to being married? That's what I'm trying to understand. So that's why I keep asking it. So it's not about not. I know how I feel, but I'm trying to get feedback from you guys.
I think the bottom line, they both have to decide if this is a relationship that they want, and if so, they can work through it. He has to be able to forgive and move forward. If it's not something that he can forgive and move forward, then at 23, she needs to say next, because he's probably going to continue to hold it over her head and throw it in her face and make her feel like she's trash.
That's right.
Walt.
That's how we do. That's how we do.
Right.
Yeah. If that's the case, then she needs to cut her losses and move on.
I'm sorry.
And that's why I said he needs to move on. I said that from the beginning.
I said she need to move on.
No, but I
said he needs to just move on. You didn't even try to give them a chance to work.
What I'm saying is, if he can't,
way too many assumptions in this whole letter.
No assumptions, B. If he can't handle that, like Storm said, he need to move on. Right. But the thing is, she doesn't get to say when he should be over it.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not saying he should sit there and beat her up every day.
At no time in the letter did she say he should be over it. Yeah. She never said that.
She said, I just want my happy home back.
Right.
Yeah.
I want him to get off the couch. B said he needs some time.
Okay.
Right, B? Okay, so what I'm saying to you is, so this is what he's doing. He's taking time. But I tell you what he shouldn't do. Until he is over, he should not touch it, because the next thing is she's going to be pregnant.
Oh my goodness, Walt.
Okay.
Really?
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me two.
Really?
Tell me two. Okay, hold on.
You better say
with this whole thing, you don't keep assuming that.
Wait a minute. Stop. Tell me if they listen.
You want to get pregnant by
I didn't say she wants to. See, this is what I'm talking about. I didn't say she wants to get pregnant. I'm saying if he's not on the couch and they consummate this relationship for the second time, you're telling me that pregnancy is not a possibility? Would that complicate things more?
Are you telling me
I'm not
you're expecting the worst from all of it?
I didn't say. See, this is what the problem. Nobody said it takes two to tango. I didn't say she gonna get. She can't get pregnant without him.
He can't get pregnant.
That's my point.
Tiffany said English sex usually does bring a baby.
Hey, Tiffany, I need you on the show. I mean, I'm talking to third graders here.
Tiffany's a friend of mine. I can
Okay.
make it happen.
So wait a minute. Time out. All right, check it out. She did ask. She gave us a letter and she asked some.
She's trying to help.
Questions. She asked some questions. She said, "Can a marriage survive a mistake that happened before the vows?" See, that's why I keep bringing it up. Can a marriage? Can it?
But that's not a good question. That's a no. I didn't say no to that. That's a loaded question, because Jack. So you're telling me with your black and white shirt on, you're telling me that you would be comfortable a year and a half after you get married, admitting to your wife these circumstances that came out with this young lady here, and you'd be on this show talking about it without a black eye. That's what you're telling me.
Like Mama Lon said, it goes with maturity.
And so again, I say, all I'm saying to you is, I think he can get past the act. I don't think he can get past the deception.
Okay. All right.
I think if she can,
then he never loved her unconditionally, and that's not love anyway.
First of all, B, nobody loves you unconditionally. Let's start with that.
There's a condition.
Let's start with that, B. Then there's a condition to everything. There's a condition to everything. And here's the thing: if it was if that were the case, and she was looking for unconditional love, then she would have said, "Hey, I'm gonna go out here." They could have been in a swingers club or something and taking care of that business together. Or I'll be back after. Because think about it. You're saying that, but what I'm saying is you can't have it both ways. All I'm saying to you is she knew that if she brought this up to him, that would change things. Can we at least agree to that? Can we agree to that?
Yes, that's why she didn't tell him. Yeah.
Okay. And this was wait a minute. This was her question. Can it? Now, y'all, Walt, you're saying You're saying no.
Not with her being totally honest, because only one of two things had to happen, Jack. That's all. I say this the whole time. One of two things had to happen. They can go forward, but one of two things had to happen. She had sex with a stranger, or she baked the cake to have an affair, not an affair, but a one night stand with this guy. There had to be things, but now she wants to. But that's my point. So that means while this guy is talking to her, while she's kikiing, she didn't block his texts. She didn't stop take his phone calls. She did that after she got caught, or after she was scared to get caught. But she could have just avoided this. And I'm not saying she's not human. I'm saying as a man, I'm sitting there saying, okay, well, if you had just done this before, we wouldn't be having this problem right now. It's kind of like
it's kind of like 2020 though, Walt. We know that.
No, because you know that from the beginning. You know that from the beginning.
She's asking for her.
Good luck with y'all. Good luck. I hope it works out for all y'all. I hope it works out.
Yeah, the thing that she said,
works out. Because I will say this.
I've been married 35 years. It's worked great for me.
Okay, that's good for you too, B. And I tell you this right now. If anyone on this panel single, not married,
yeah.
If you have a friend, if there's a sport coach somewhere in the picture, or someone that you're considering getting married, if you want to really know who you're about to marry, throw the scenario down to him and ask him what he thinks. And then come back and call me offline. We can do that. Because I ain't gonna sit there and play this game with y'all. We know, you already know. Because you already told me this is not the advice you would give your son. So that tells me that you're not for the truth, you for privilege. You for the privilege of being that, well, she's young, she didn't know. Because a man, he has science, it's physiological reasons why he can't think. Because think about it.
Walt, stop.
I wasn't on the show. I was fine. I was off the show. I'll mute myself. I asked not to be here. I asked not to be here. I didn't even know the question, and I asked not to be here.
Nobody knew the question, so that was.
But I'm saying I knew that it wasn't going to line up, and I'm okay with that. But I just didn't want to,
I got one for you, and we're gonna. We definitely almost ran out of time. So how do I rebuild the trust when he feels like I robbed him of the choice to know the truth?
Tell the whole truth. Tell the whole truth.
Okay, so just tell the whole truth. Okay.
She ain't told the whole truth yet.
How we know?
How we know? Yeah.
We don't know.
I bet you $100, you $100, you $100, you $100. Doug, I know we're on the same page. $400 bet. I'll bet you.
The whole truth. What he knows now is enough truth for him to
See what I mean? You don't get no. You don't get to no. No. Because now I know you as a liar. I know that you're not telling the truth.
It's about character with Walt. It's about character for sure.
And all I'm saying is, look, let's be clear about this. Once
a cheater, always a cheater. Once a liar, always
no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I believe people can be redeemed. There are redeeming factors in everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to you that if he really thought that what she was telling him is the truth, and this man married her a year and a half ago, he would not be perplexed as perplexed as he is now. Even at 23, let's just say he's 23 just like her. Let's just say for the sake of this discussion. Because I assure you, if this is the woman that he thought he married, and he said she's not who I thought she was. So think about it. See, most men and B, we just had this letter maybe last week, not the fireman, but another letter you had. And let's be clear about this. A woman has set the table long before dinner is served. And he thought he had a decent woman, which he probably does. But him knowing how she is and how she operates, and this is something we didn't forget, we didn't talk about, what he had to go through to get to where he is with her. He knows that she ain't no easy mark. Because if she was easy, he probably wouldn't have married her. That's all I'm saying. So it's
No.
definitely out of character. And maybe he's thinking he didn't marry who he thought he married. And like I said, either
So-
she did this thing on a whim, but you said no. She wasn't assaulted. You said no. So that means he knows that for this to happen, she had to take some part in this. And to say I blocked the guy, you are insulting his intelligence because all you had to do was block him before. But you didn't. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not. That's all I'm saying.
I got a question. I got a question. We'll put it out there because we flipped it one way. What would you tell your son? So now, Walt, this is your daughter. What would you tell her?
You need to come clean with this guy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if he can't deal with it, he needs to go. Because if he puts his hands on my daughter, I'm going to prison. That's just what it is. So you need to be honest enough with this guy. And if he can't handle it, you need to get the hell out the way. I'll take this $50,000 I just spent on the wedding that we should have bought y'all a house with, and you just be gone. But what I'm not going to do is sit there and let you insult this guy's intelligence. It's like, as a woman, you walking down the street with your man, and the guy looks at you. This is how men get killed every day behind this kind of stuff. Because when I say get killed, men get killed. Men get killed trying to protect a woman's honor. I mean, hey Jack, hey Doug, I know you guys have been accused.
Doug said, I don't want no
Long time ago, Doug. Long time ago.
I don't see much.
Tell me a man. Look, let's be clear about this. Let's be clear about this. I have a lot. I don't have any sisters. I have a lot of female friends. I'm like big brother to a lot of people, right? Because I love these conversations. And the first thing I'll do, even somebody who I knew before she met the guy, I'm like, I need to meet this guy because he needs to be okay with me. She didn't introduce him to him. I've been married 29 years. I talk to women almost every day. My wife is in the house and I'm talking to women sometimes that I know. But these are women that she knows. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to disrespect her. These are women that she knows. The other day I was talking to B. She don't know whether me and B ain't gonna put it out there like that, but I'm just saying, maybe, possibly, what if. But the first thing I did was, hey, introduce her to B. Because it's just like, I just don't operate that way. Because one, as a man, I don't want that. I don't want that mess. I don't want that confusion. I ain't in that line of work no more. But also I got married at 33 and not 23. And the reason I didn't get married at 23 because of this stuff right here. Because I knew I wasn't ready to get married at 23.
That's a good point.
And I'm not saying I'm a saint. And even if a woman says something to me to this day, if a woman says something, just a compliment, yada yada, hey, do this, that, I say, look, I'm gonna run home, run this past my wife, and if she's all right with it, I'll be back to get you. Because I'm too old to be living over top of the liquor store at 61 years old. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, if it were my daughter, I would like, you absolutely have to tell this guy, because I'm not going to expect him to behave in a manner that I'm not going to behave in. Because I know if he can't and he puts his hand, because you know she's going to weaponize that. The moment he says anything to her, oh, he can't get over that. Think about it.
I mean, we're definitely reading way more into the story than it is. I mean, I know what you're saying off of experience, but that was nowhere.
That was fact. What fact did you ask me a question? I just gave you the answer.
No, I just said, what would you tell your daughter?
I just told you what I tell her.
Okay, you already got her assaulted and everything. Because here's the
thing. From A and he jumped all the way to
C. So here's the thing. If you're not, so here's the thing, Jack. So let's say this. If he can't deal with her, if he can't, let's say this young man can't deal with her. He can't deal with the fact of what happened. Let's just say that, right? Use your imagination. Because I deal with reality. I don't deal with what things were should be. I think that I got to think what possibly can be. Is it fair for her to live under the same roof with a guy who's emotionally abusive to her?
No.
I think here's my thing right here, and I'm saying here, didn't put in here the time from when she said a few weeks ago. So now you're telling me that I need to be over it in 2 weeks.
No,
So wait a minute, I'm not going anywhere. One, like I say, this is my roof. So I'm not gonna kick you out, or I'm gonna be out.
Not
But what I
not for
did
long.
was,
Not for long.
well, I'm just saying, but what I did was separated myself from you until I can work through this. And you know, I'm looking through you. I talk to you when I have to. So he's being cordial to a point. I'm talking to you when I have to. It ain't even like it's the house on fire and don't say it's a fire. I'm at least saying it's a fire. I mean, so you got to think this guy may be working through it. It might not be her timing. It might even be where we think it's the timing. But at the same time, he wanted to know. He pushed her to get the truth, but he can't handle the truth. So
he got half the truth, man.
I'm trying to stay out of this. I'm trying to stay out of it.
Give me your card, man. Give me your card. Give me your card.
You know,
so, my man card. Come on, bro. Come on,
man.
You know, so one of her things that she said is, "I want to get back to my happy life."
There you go.
What do I need to do?
I said, I'm sorry. I want to get back to my happy. See, Doug, thank you for paying attention, Doug. Jack, man, I'm
Was
surprised.
there really ever a happy life the way that she maybe thinks it should be? And with the doubt that's going to be there for the rest of the time, there's always going to be doubt. So again, I think they should maybe do some counseling if they can, if he's willing to do it. But I just don't think it's going to have a happy ending the way that we want the world to be, because that doubt's always going to be there.
I can tell you this, and again, Walt, I know, and Sharon, I think you may have something on your mind. I don't know.
She got something. I'm listening.
One thing for sure, I'm gonna tell you this: it will never be the same. The relationship will never be the same.
Exactly.
But the thing is, to say it needs to end, it might not have to end, because there's plenty of people who've survived even infidelity and on the men's side. Like say, I've heard him here on this panel that women forgive faster than men and this and that.
Why?
But I don't know what the whole reason why behind it. But at the same time, can it be done? Come on, yo, just because you don't know. Come on, yo. Men is men and men.
We just said it. We just had 3 women just said the exact same thing. That is more of an emotional attachment than a physical attachment.
Well,
so what I'm saying to you,
it's not. It can't be all about the physical. It can't be. It can't be because you slept with somebody now.
And that's my point.
Because wait a minute, the actions this guy's doing is all emotional. Everything he said was emotional.
Okay.
He's sleeping on the couch, not talking to me, looking through me. Everything he's doing is emotional.
Have you heard his story? Maybe he ought to write in. Because I bet you don't. I bet you his story and her story two totally different stories.
It could be 100%. And I'm not. I look. And I thought this. I really do. I thought this was a good one.
It was.
I appreciate that you got some good hashing. I know that constantly we're not going to agree. Cheating is wrong, 100%. So again, that's why I kept going back to, when does it officially? I don't say officially, because once you make a commitment to somebody, you're committed. But at the same time, it's like, because you're committed to me, don't mean that I'm committed to you. So with that's sometimes is where the problem is. A guy, I knew when I first seen my wife, that's who I wanted, and that was it. I'm committed. How long did it take for her? And it's everybody has a different. It can't be all about the physical, and it can't be all about the emotion.
You're right.
So with all that being said, it's just the fact that she made a mistake. She knows she made a mistake, but then at the same time, being honest in her mind, from what I read, was a mistake too. Because I told you everything, and now that's even worse than it was before. If I'd have lied and said before we even got engaged, this was a dude who found me on Facebook, it would have been a wash. But you're saying because I'm saying we was in a rough patch, and now you're upset. So had she backed that thing up a month or two, we might not be having this discussion anymore. This is some old fling I had when I was in high school. I mean, we don't know how she could have spent that thing, but it wasn't. So
why did she tell him? Do you think she told him for his good or her good?
He said he pressed her. He kept pressing me. And
if she was covering her tracks, why did he press her? He wouldn't have pressed. He wouldn't have known. He had to know.
He knew. He saw the message again. He saw the message.
Do you honestly, come on, man, we all grown folks here. Do you honestly think, I'm not saying she's a bad person. Maybe she just didn't know how to cheat. But do you honestly think that for no reason out of anything, he looked at her phone.
No,
I don't
he
know.
saw the
Yeah.
message that the guy sent her. I guess she left her laptop open. We don't
Good
know.
I'm
luck,
looking like this.
good luck,
I mean,
everybody.
and I'm saying it right now because my wife is texting my daughter-in-law who just had her baby. Y'all know that, but it's popping up on my screen now. I'm seeing their conversation because I'm on the computer, so
Okay.
I don't know how their setup is. I'm
Right.
really watching
I
the thing
understand.
keep popping up. So now this is like you said, Walt, we're 100%. Her trying to cover it up probably was worse than the fact that when the message came, because now I know. So I wouldn't keep pressing you if I didn't even know it was a real thing. Like, who's Walt? What Walt? What are you talking about? Ain't no Walt. Wait a minute. That's the thing. Message say Walt. Come on, who the heck is Walt? Yeah, and then you got to keep on, working it out. But I got what you're saying.
Well, I'm sorry.
ask you ladies
At 23 years old, I probably wouldn't have told either. At 23, in her exact same situation, let's keep it real. At 23, the level of maturity and what you're saying, but that doesn't make me that type of, whatever kind of bad person or anything.
Who's saying I'm being bad?
No. What the context though, if she wrote in a letter asking for help, she wrote in asking for advice. And the truth of the matter is, I don't want to assassinate her character either. I'm not saying you did, Walt.
Well, I got you.
In the totality of this conversation, what I'm hearing is, if I wrote you a letter and I heard this whole thing, I don't know how I'd walk away feeling, because the thing is that she's clearly admitting that she was wrong. She's admitting that she made a mistake. She's admitting it. And she's saying the biggest mistake was that she didn't tell him before they got married. And then he found out. So now that he's found out, how can I fix this? Well, I think the best advice that I've heard coming out of this, the only lemonade I've heard, is go get counseling. Get counseling. Get someone to sit down with you and work through this and work through your feelings, because they can come out on this. They can come out of it very positive if they both invest in making it work.
That's on her.
That's what?
It's on both of them. They can't make it work without the other one.
It's not just on her, Walt.
Yeah, come on.
He has to know the facts. He has to know the facts.
But they need to go to counseling for it. I mean,
both of them need to go. Come out in the counseling.
So think of it like this. Why didn't they go there before they wrote you a letter?
Well, I mean, I can't answer that. I mean, I appreciate them writing a letter,
You need
but
more
I don't know.
content. Wow, you really getting real, real deep.
Maybe they don't know where to go. I mean,
Okay.
we're saying now go to counseling.
Somebody had to marry him.
Well, no, but that could be the courthouse. You don't have to be sitting in a church.
That's nothing.
But where you going to counseling?
Yeah.
Wow. It's funny
I mean,
she found out. So she found out how to get that the DMs. Come on, man.
So,
You don't stop it, man. Just stop it. All I'm saying to you is this. That's all I'm saying is just, it's not the end of the world situation.
But you
The insult to his intelligence is the real issue, and y'all keep bypassing that. That's the part y'all keep bypassing.
I just want to talk to Ariana right now. If you're listening, young lady, you hang in there, and you do what you need to do to fix this if you care for that man. That's all I want to say. And maybe you can talk him into going and getting some counseling and work on your relationship, because it's so early in the game. It's so early in the game. It really is.
What would you tell a young man? What would you tell a young man?
I would tell him the same thing. I would say, if you care about her, before you knew about what she did, you had a set of feelings. I understand that finding out that, this happened has affected those feelings deeply.
It happened. It just happened. Like a meteor hit the earth.
It happened before they got married, and she should have told him. But she didn't tell him. And so now they have to make a choice, Walt. Do they stay together or do they move on? Now, he hasn't indicated that he didn't want to stay with her. He's just on the couch. I get that. And she needs to be patient, like Boss B said. She needs to be patient also and see where he's going. But I think that they have to lock hands and figure this thing out. And to me, the communication is the greatest thing in the world. It starts with communicating. If you stop communicating, you're not going to fix anything.
Okay, you're right. And here's the thing. And young man, I'm talking to you and Miss Ariana. God bless you, and I hope it works out. If you want this to work out, tell the whole story. Please tell the whole story, because trust me, if he didn't even put the flashlight in your face, and you had to come clean. So I already know you are horrible
if
at
you
this.
want the whole story, he got to be able to handle the truth.
Okay, but no. But if he can't handle the truth, then he gets to go. But see, what you want her is to just tell her. Okay, so here's the thing: the three of you, all three women up top. If I have a conversation with you, and I say something that's out of pocket, that's out of line, which I'm probably walking that line there in your mind, but I'm okay with that too. If I say to you, ask me anything, I'll answer any questions you ask me. That's not the same as me telling you the whole truth in full context. Am I right or wrong? Yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks, Jack.
No. Okay.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it.
Look,
I'm sorry I missed it.
No. I'm about to check out.
Telling you, I'm sorry. No, telling you. Okay, all I'm saying, okay, so if you don't believe me, all I'm saying is just take this show a 2-sport coat, and let them tell you, then come back and talk to me, and I'll help you out.
Well, look, wait a minute. We never did blame Sport Coat that Walt gave him a name, because
and guess whose fault it's not? And guess whose fault it's not? It's not his fault.
He knew she was married. He knew.
Hey, Slim, that's not his responsibility. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? Dude, it's not his responsibility. Sure, he knew what he was doing. Just like the woman that sits in the next cubicle from you know what she's doing, but that's your responsibility, Slim.
I got you.
Man, hey, look.
Come on now.
Bro, he knew what he was doing, and guess what? So you're saying that you're saying he knew. So you're saying that he knew, but she was so foolish and naive that she didn't know what was going on.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like she said,
I'm asking the question, man.
She said it came out of the blue. She said he came out of nowhere with this freaking a year after my marriage, this guy. But anyway, I thank you all, my panel, for being here with me today. This has been fun. It really has.
Hope y'all good luck, everybody.
Last battle of the sexes for the year for all of you, and thank you for coming out and hanging with us and watching with us. Sharon, thank you for coming back. Mama Lions and Boss B. Walt Talks always, and my man Doug, thank you. I don't know what happened with Brandon, but he fell off. But at the same time,
Brandon couldn't take it, man. He said he was how tall is Brandon? How tall is Brandon?
No, probably about 6 feet, 6 feet.
Yeah, he said, man, it started piling up so deep he couldn't take it no more.
Yeah, but I thank you all who have been watching with us and hanging with us for today in this Battle of the Sexes. It was a good message. I don't know if we helped out Ariana or her husband, but at the same time, we're none of us are counselors and none of us are therapists. We're just up here having a real talk about this situation and how we approach it. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. We already know that from the beginning anyway. And that's what makes it fun, because we have 3 men and we had 3 men, 3 women.
We got 2 men and a referee.
See, there you go. Yeah, you call me out. I don't care. It don't bother me.
I said referee. I'm just saying you had to stay.
You just want to fight with somebody today, don't you? You just want to fight.
I'm sorry, man. My brain is just not wired for
my medicine had kicked in by now. I'll be fighting with y'all night long.
Look. We want to tell everybody out there, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for tuning in with us. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. And we're looking forward to seeing you on the next Battle of the Sexes, which will be in 2026 under a new brand, the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe. So with all that being said, we thank you, everybody on the panel. If you can hang back just for a brief moment, we'll say good night. And we talk to you later. And happy Thanksgiving to you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.